You should make mulled wine at home because I guarantee you have a bottle of red wine that you opened and haven't finished yet. So you can go ahead and cook it down with some spices. That way you just actually do something with it because you're not going to cook with it either. We all know this. We all say we're going to, but we never do. So you may as well throw some spices that you have lying in your cabinet with some of that wine, cook it off, and then add your favorite booze to it and make it last longer. I'm Nick Smedley, and welcome to Intriguing Spirits, Episode 3, Holiday Edition. Mulled Wine, Carboy Merlot, Intriguing Spirits. Merry Christmas, everybody. Mulled wine is essentially like a spiced holiday wine where you take your favorite red wine, got to cook the alcohol out of the wine so you get the full flavor of it, but then we add more alcohol back to it with cognac. Using cognac is the OG old school way to make mulled wine. We add orange to add a nice like bright citrusy note to it because you're adding a lot of rich fall spice to this mulled wine that's going to be usually a dark fruity red wine. So something light to bring it up and like kind of soften it up a bit. Today we're going to be featuring Carboy's 2021 Merlot blend. Cherry tobacco, nice big, bold spices. That'll be great when it cooks down too. It's got a nice like bright fruitiness to it, so the orange will help lift that up really well. Tobacco is really mild, so it's gonna add some nice spice to that with like all the rich fall spices that we're using to it. So I'm excited to try this out when it cooks down and get some mulled wine out of it. 2 liters of our Carboy Merlot. Today we'll be using a blend of spices featuring allspice, nutmeg, whole cardamom, star anise, cloves, cinnamon. We're gonna reduce that down over medium heat for a little while, get a nice like rich flavor going with those spices in there. Once you reduce it down by about a third, we'll start to kind of like add a little bit of that cognac in there to fortify it with some booze, add some more richness and roundness to it. As it reduces, add a touch more booze until we get that final product, and then we'll bottle it up. So I'm just gonna strain it off, that way we get all those big chunks of spice and orange zest out of there. One for me, one for Chris. One for the counter, clearly. And then we'll throw a little bit of a dehydrated orange over top there for some more bright citrus that'll rehydrate back in there. Very tiny little bit of cinnamon over top. And there's still some orange zest on there, so yeah, we're good to go. That came out so good. Warming, nice and robust, round, good cherry notes to it, light blueberry and pomegranate. That orange, of course, really helps balance it out with some nice bright citrusy notes to it, but I'm a big fan of mulled wine either way, so I think this came out great. Thank you, Carboy, for providing the Merlot. I would say the most pronounced flavor is gonna be like cinnamon and cardamom, I would say. My palate is super like sensitive to clove, so it's like one thing that I always pick out, but even still, it's not really predominant and like powering over everything. So I would say like citrus, cinnamon, and cardamom are kind of like the more big forefronts that I get with this guy. It's the best thing in the world to gift because you can just go ahead and throw it right back into the same bottle that you used. Just slap another little piece of tape on there that says mulled wine with the date, that way people know. And then it's just, usually these bottles are safe enough, just stick it in a little warm bath of water and keep it warm. Mulled wine, hitting the shelves this winter. The irony is not lost on me that I learned how to make mulled wine in the state of Florida, and I think it's absolutely hilarious. So, the mulled-est of wines. Merry Christmas, everybody.